Yo sí soy Raka. Yo sí soy. Dale, me enredé. Vamos a darle de nuevo.
Yo, ¿cuál es la que es? ¿Cuál es la que es, mi gente? Bienvenido
Welcome.
a Raka TV, episodio número 4, mi bro.
Estás loco, ya vamos por 4.
4, man, ya un mes, loco. ¿Tú me
I love it,
entiendes?
man. It's starting to feel real good. It's starting to feel like home. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing the best that we can.
Yeah.
And been learning through the bumps.
Yeah. This is a learning process. So, y'all people at home, you know what I mean? If y'all feel like we can improve on something, or if y'all have any idea, put it on the comments, man. You know what I mean? Because this is an early project. Este proyecto es un bebé todavía. Así que si tú piensas, tienes urgencia, ¿cómo se dice? Sugerencia. Muchas gracias, mi brother. Sugerencia. Lo pueden escribir en el comentario. Yo, Rico. Ayer era el cumpleaños de nuestro hermano, the Jacka, man. Rest in peace, man.
Oh, man, rest in peace to Jacka, man. Shout out to the Jacka.
So, you know what I mean? We're going to dedicate this episode to him. We got a few music videos and things that we did with the Jacka, a few stories that we have with the Jacka. So we're going to leave you guys right now with a little footage, exclusive footage of us doing a show. Hicimos un show allá en Santa Cruz con el Jacka y Crypto.
Oh, pues yo me acuerdo.
You know what I mean? So we're going to leave the people with that right now.
¿Cómo se llama la canción?
La canción se llama Gangsta. So we are performing Gangsta for the first time. And you're gonna see how the crowd loved the Jacka, man.
And performing with one of our favorite artists, man, the Jacka.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yo. Black Lion Crew, pa' mi barrio, dale. I'm from the city where the sun burn like fire. We don't wear white tee, blue jeans.
¿Cuál es la que es, mi gente? Somos los Raka, Raka Doom, Raka Rich, Crypto, the real Crypto. We over here in Santa Cruz, finna rip the stage, Jack in the house lot, Earth the Church, among all the artists.
All right.
We'll have a good time, man. It's sold out. Another show that's sold out that we've been blessed to be in.
Oh, and
Blessed to be a part of it, man.
we're finna perform the song that we got coming up, the single that this Neto got coming up. We're finna perform it here for his first time.
Okay. Let's get a sample. Let's get a little sample or something.
Plata, abuelo, no lo niego. Siente el aroma de dinero. Millonario, me tienen celos. Pero porque él si él no canta
Mucho.
Tú
me entiendes. Ese es un preview de lo que viene bajando. Crypto. Ya tú sabes cuál es la que es.
He vivido como un gangsta. All of my life. A plata, abuelo, no lo niego. Siente el aroma de dinero. Millonario, me tienen celos. Pero porque él si él no canta.
He vivido como un gangsta, no porque quiera, sino por falta de plata. Si no soy yo, entonces ¿quién ayuda? A mi mamá, o a mi hermana, o a mi brother, o a mi pana. Siempre hago lo que tengo que hacer. En la tarima o en la calle me destaco y siempre paro me fe. Y estos vagos siempre odiándome a mí.
He vivido como un gangsta. All of my life, dando la plata. Every night, so why they hate it? They hate it. Why they hate it? They hate it.
Y si me trata mal, te voy a tratar igual. Todos los días persiguiendo buenas de Dala. Why they wanna stop my bread? Yo vivo como gangsta. Cause that's the way we live, cause that's the way we are. We run around the world deeper than the stars. Celosos se ponen cuando me ven en mi car. La llanta más grande and them heart filled with sorrow. Why them wanna hate? And they won't even look you in your face. We running and hustle like it's a race. And if you wanna turn, then you gon' have to wait. We coming with it early, I'm never late. Spend my whole life looking for it every single day. Yeah, I had the wheel, so I had to make a way. Push until I get it all, we had to make a way. They hate, why they wanna act like
Vivido como un gangsta. All of my life, dando la plata. Every night, so why they hate it?
Crypto. Give it up for Crypto. Video coming soon. Video coming this year. It's fucking ridiculous. There you go.
You know what? It's more to come, man.
Merry Christmas.
Love y'all, man.
Yeah.
Los Racas.
Yeah. Nemo on the ones and twos. For more information about us, you can go to www.losracas.com.
Mira, yo parqueo con chata, puro lapecillo que le gusta la plata. Escucha lo que digo porque nada es laca. Lo yeyo ya pasó, ahora viene los rack.
Santa Cruz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, so you remember that night, man? We got so many magical nights over there at the Catalyst, man.
Yeah, that night was cool because it was like we were working with one of our favorite artists.
Yeah.
And he came to perform with us.
Yeah.
We shot a video with him.
Yeah.
El Yaka era uno de nuestros artistas favoritos. Y ese día fue que conectamos con él. El man cantó con nosotros en la tarima. Después hicimos un video con él. Y comenzamos a parquear con uno de nuestros artistas favoritos.
Yeah. So let's tell the people from the beginning about our relationship with the Jacka. Like, because I remember you had his album. I think was it Jacka? Was it the artist? What was the name of the album?
Man, I forget what the name of the album was, but it was Daniel who had gave it to me.
Ooh, for real?
Yeah, Daniel had gave me that album, and I used to slap it all the time in the Escort.
Yes.
But before that, I used to listen to the Mob Figures because of Crypto and some of my Ethiopian friends from high school. They used to like it, and they had a song that it was like, from overseas to the coast of Panama. And they're like, oh, man, they said something about Panama. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, man, I connected to them immediately because nobody ever knew where Panama was out here in the Bay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they already was up on game. So, so, you know, we worked. We used to see them at the Youth Uprising. Yeah. Used to come through to the youth organization and check out the kids and make sure everything is good and inspire people.
Yeah.
And we connected with him there, and then, man, we just kept running into him, man.
Yeah, because I remember, man, like, I got so many stories. Like, one time I was kicking it with him the whole day, and I remember that, man, that day was, like, one of the days I've been the highest of weed. Like, it's not a myth. Like, you know, when we smoked with Burner, when we smoked with Snoop Dogg, it was like, we'll be real. It was real, right? Like, the hype was real. Like, it was the same thing with the Jagger. Like, bro, I was high the whole day, bro. You know what I mean? And I also remember we were in Berkeley at the store, you know, the smoke shop in Berkeley? Right. You know what I mean? And I asked the cashier, I was like, yo, I'm like, how much is that shirt? And then the cashier told me the price or whatever, and then I was like, okay, cool. And then Jacka looked at me, and he's like, what's your size? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember what I told him. Probably large or something. You know, we were wearing big clothes back then. And he like, Jacka was like, yeah, give it to him. Give it, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So, like, just to tell you how humble he was, like, how of a good of a person he was. You know what I mean?
Man, he was real, man. I'm telling you, we was in the studio with him when we made this song.
But we can hold that. We can hold that.
Man, we got a lot of stories with the Jacka, man.
Let's hold that for Raka's story. But for right now, I think let's go to the episode, the segment Mana de Negocio. You know what I mean? Over the weekend, I went over there in Hala Moni. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, we've been a fan of her for a while. You know what I mean? We did that collaboration with her, promoting for the kids to wash their hands para que se lavaran la mano. Hicimos la campaña con ella. Ella, tú me entiendes, dibuja en zapatos, hace portraits.
Ella viene haciendo lo suyo. Es una de las artistas acá del área de la Bahía. Está trabajando independiente. Nos gusta su trabajo, es muy original. She represents her culture very well. You know, that flow californiano style.
Yeah, she do.
And
yeah, so I went over there and talked to her. So make sure you guys support her. And here's go the interview with her. Epic. Suéltasela a la gente. Yo, Guayla, que es mi gente, te habla Negrito Dundun y estamos aquí en el segmento Money de Negocio con una mami de negocio, Money Monroe. How you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Let's start with, for the beginning, the name. Why you chose that name? What is the meaning behind the name?
So basically, like a few years ago, maybe like 10 years ago, my cousin, she was just over my house one day and she was just kind of like curling my hair. We're getting ready to go out. And she was just like, we both had the piercing the Monroe piercing, like Marilyn Monroe. And she was just like, you know what, cuz I'm going to just start calling you Moni Monroe. And it was like, that's hella dope. Like, so it just stuck. And I was like, you know what? And at that time, I was thinking about like creating a brand for myself. So it just worked out. And I was like, I'm just going to keep Monroe as like my brand name. And then just kind of stuck.
That's what's up. Our people is always the one giving us nicknames and stuff. That's how I got my nickname, Dundun, too, from my family. So when do you started drawing? Like when did the passion for drawing became?
Pretty much since birth, to be honest. Like my earliest memories is probably like kindergarten, like age 5. I just always gravitated towards art. Anytime we had free time in kindergarten, I always went to the easel and was painting, and I just knew it was in me, like since then, that I always wanted to do it. And then I think by like 6 or 7, when I could barely write, I wrote down on a piece of paper, when I grow up, I want to be a cartoonist. And so I just always knew. I think I just always knew that this is what I wanted to do. Like I was passionate about it from the beginning.
That's dope. And I've seen you draw the character, the Disney character that from Snow. What's it name?
Frozen, yeah.
Yeah, Frozen. And I told you, I'm like, man, it looks like the thing for Disney. Like they should hire you ASAP. And you said that was one of your dreams.
Yeah, that was. So growing up, actually, I was very inspired by like all the Disney characters, all the movies like Little Mermaid, Lion King when they all came out. I used to always draw like the covers of them every time they came out on VHS. And then I just always wanted to be a Disney animator. So being a cartoonist and animator was always the goal for me. But I ended up switching things up later in life. But I still love cartoons. So that's like my main thing. I love cartoons. I love like 90s throwback stuff.
That's what's up. Yeah, we collaborated on the campaign, you know what I mean, trying to remind the kids, the Raka kids, to wash their hands, you know what I mean, wear their mask. And we got another design coming this week, you know what I mean, so make sure you guys check it out, man. It's gonna be real dope. So when did you made the transition from being like, okay, this is something I love, this is my passion, to making it a business, like you said, like you was trying to build a brand, you know what I mean, where that mentality, hustler mentality came from?
From my dad. No, my dad's a hustler now, but so I think that was already in us. But I think like maybe like 2010, I used to apprentice at a tattoo shop back in like 2007, 8. And then I think that kind of elevated my game a little bit, you know, like my style switched up a little bit. And then I just decided, like, you know what, I want to create, like, initially it was going to be like a clothing line. And then I was like, I didn't really want to get into that side of things. I just want to draw. At the end of the day, I just want to draw, and then, you know what I mean? Be an artist. And so I just was like, okay, I want to just brand myself whatever way I can. Like, I was just trying everything. I was like, I could do maybe cars, I could do whatever, you know, like customizing things. And when I was in the tattoo shop, that's when I first saw the guy who was mentoring me. He used to like get Sharpies, and he'd get down on like hats and bands. And that was like the first time I seen that, and I was like, oh, those are hella sick. Like, he had his own little tattoo style on there. And then I was like, no, just eventually it was like, you know, I want to do shoes too. And then it just kind of happened. So I've been doing that for like over 10 years now.
So that's when you started the business with shoes.
Yeah, I think it started with shoes, and then I started doing stickers, and I started making prints of just my own personal art, and then it just got into like commissioning a lot.
What was the first thing? The first thing somebody paid you for? Like was it like a shoe design? What do you remember what you drew on it?
The first time I got paid, actually, I was probably like, I was just talking to my sister about this. I think I was like 6 or 7, actually.
What?
Because like I used to draw, right, all the Disney characters, and then like I give them to my mom, and she put them up in her office. So her office was at work was like filled with all my artwork, and her coworkers were like, "Wow, your daughter's so talented. Here's $5. Give her $5." So I remember her coming home from work and be like, "Oh, so and so said give the artist $5." And I was like, "What?" So I think that's when I knew, wow, I can get paid for this. And then they hooked me up, her coworkers hooked me up with a little easel and like some like professional paper that I could draw with, and I think that's kind of when I knew I could try to make a living off of this. But like my first pair of shoes were for my goddaughter, and then I just kind of went from there.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So you knew you could get paid off of this since you was a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up. I see you draw a lot of girl, a lot of women in your. Do you do that on purpose, or that's just you just?
It's not. I think just being a woman, you know what I mean, that resonates with me, and like just when I want to express myself, it's usually a female, but not always. You know what I mean? I'll switch it up here and there. But if I'm doing anything that's just my own, like my own personal, not a commission thing, it'll be a female, because I usually want to, you know, express myself or let something out, like feelings or something.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what would you say is your style? Like, cause I see you do like the West Coast style, but you also have the you also, you know, I mean, the Raka style. You also have like the animated style. What's your favorite thing to do? Like, what's your favorite style?
Cartoons first and foremost, but then I because of my tattoo background, I think I love like fonts and anything black and gray, you know. So I feel like I'm kind of like cartoony, but like lightweight gangsterish, even though I'm not a real gangster like that. But like, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's kind of like that style and like, yeah, anything like that. But I do like to do portraits too, and I like to get down with stuff like that.
Yeah, cause your portraits are amazing. You did one of I seen one you did one of Nipsey Hussle. It was amazing. How your business been doing the corona and stuff? Like, has it been slowing down or is still active? You said most of these paintings is already sold, right?
Yeah, a lot of these are already sold. Four of these are already sold. I'm going to be shipping them out in a couple days. But it's actually been doing really well, surprisingly. At first I thought, like, 'cause I made some major moves in 2020 before COVID, and then when it hit, I was kind of like, oh man, did I make the right decision? Like questioning things, but I knew deep down in my soul I made the right choice. I was like, no, I can't let fear, you know, interfere with how my business and everything. And 2020's been good to me, honestly. Like, yeah, people have been, you know, I've been doing a lot of commissions this year.
So, what other projects do you got coming in the future? What can people expect?
Right now, I'm just wrapping up some commissions. I have a pair of shoes that I'm working on. They're gonna be Stranger Things themed, and then I have like a jacket that I'm customizing. I'm gonna be doing like a portrait back there, and then a couple more shoes after that, and then hopefully I'll get back to some of my art. Like this one right here, it's gonna be self-portrait, but it's been on the back burner for a little bit just because I took on commissions. But I have new stickers coming in, like should be coming today, and then those are gonna be like, what I wanted to do was create like positive affirmations but with swag, and so it's gonna just be like some positive affirmations, you know, so people can put them up and maybe inspire them to, you know, stay positive.
That's what's up. That's because that's what we need right now during these times, man. There's a lot of crazy things going on, and we definitely need positivity. How long do it take you usually to finish a shoe? Like, take me to the process. Is it a few hours or sometimes it's a few days? Like, take me to the process.
Days. Yeah, it's days. Depending on the theme, like if it's portrait style, then I'm gonna take my time, because I personally, I don't like to rush things, because once I force it doesn't, to me it comes out sloppy.
Can't rush greatness.
Exactly. So I'm like, you know, I gotta really set the mood, the tone, everything. But it's usually days, and what I do is, not always, but sometimes, like if it's characters, I don't really pre-draw those. I just go for it. But portraits, I might sketch a little bit first, just so I can get the muscle memory for it. And then, because I freehand everything, so then I'll go for it on the shoe. Because, you know, once you started on the shoe, there's no going back, you know. So you got to, like, you know, so take your time. So it's hours upon hours. So I could do, like, a good 6 hours and then still have way more work to do. It'll look like, oh, what was she doing, you know what I mean? But, you know, I take my time. So.
That's what's up, man. You know what I mean? Moni Mondro, make sure you support her, man. She love what she do. She take her time with her work. You know what I mean? Tell the people where can they find your work, you know what I mean? Where can they find your Instagram or maybe your website too?
Yeah, so I have my website, mondroart.com. I just started recently uploading my latest paintings on there. It hasn't been updated in a while. But I have new prints that I just came out with, Eyes on the Prize. It's just, again, just something positive to put out there. My stickers will be on there. You can get at me on Instagram, which is Moni Mondro, @Moni Mondro. And on there, you can see the majority of my work on my Instagram. You can just DM me, email me,
Yeah, Instagram is like the new website, you know what I mean? New email, new phone number, you know what I mean? Hell yeah, hell yeah. So definitely follow your work. We working on something special for y'all, you know what I mean? We working on the Raka Kids coloring book.
I'm so excited for that. Like, you don't even know, like, for real. Like, I've always wanted to do something like that, and I'm so happy that I have the opportunity to, like, work with you guys and do something.
Definitely. 'Cause that's something I've been wanting to do for years, and now that I have a daughter, you know what I mean? It's like I want to get this done, you know what I mean? For all the Raka kids, 'cause it's like it's a lot of kids that mess with our music, man. Like the kids, I don't know, you do something to them, you know what I mean? The kids. So we love the kids, man. I got one more question for you. So, what's your favorite Raka song? Do you have a favorite Raka song?
That's what made me a fan. That's the first song I heard with my sister, actually. I remember me and her were at Dolores Park, and we were just listening to it, and then I was like, who are these guys, you know? And then she was like, oh, Los Rakas, and I was like, dude, this song's dope. And like ever since then, I've been a fan, a huge fan, actually. Yeah.
Now we became fan of your work, you know what I mean? So we mutual fun. Hey, this is Mana de Negocio. Ya tú sabes cuál es la que es, con una mami de negocio. Make sure you support her. Wish you luck on your business, you know what I mean? Yes, man. Bienvenido back, Raka TV.
Bienvenidos.
Man, that was Monique. Make sure you guys support her art, man. She definitely love what she do. Take her time with it, you know what I mean? We did another contest with her, you know what I mean? With the little kids painted the new Raka logo design.
Que hicimos un concurso del nuevo diseño del Raka logo, de Lávate la mano.
Pero hicimos, así mismo como hicimos con ese, hicimos otro. Y los niños mandaron su
dibujo.
Su dibujo pintado.
Pintado. Qué bien, así que para que lo colorearan y vaina mientras que estaban en la casa.
Eso era un concurso, pero nosotros queremos que la gente sean los jueces.
Okay.
Así que en los comentarios voten qué dibujo les gusta mejor. ¿Tú me entiendes? Uno, número 2, número 3.
Y si les gustan los 5 o los 4 que son, está bien, pueden votar por todo, ¿verdad?
Sí, voten, porque el dibujo con más, you know what I mean? Con más comentarios, con más votos, va a ganar al final del episodio.
Ok, cool.
Epic, tenemos los dibujos, se los estamos enseñando a la gente.
Den su comentario también, den los comentarios para ver.
Yeah.
Y también donde pueden buscar el link para que hagan su propio dibujo y coloreen la vaina.
Se pueden meter al Instagram de los Rakas y ahí tenemos una historia que dice para que deslicen para arriba y ahí pueden agarrar el dibujo para que sus hijos lo puedan pintar, y especialmente que estamos ¿me entienden? Cuarentena, para que los niños se entretengan.
Shout out Money.
Yeah, shout out Money.
Que hizo el dibujo ese para los niños y para la gente adulta también.
Y para la gente adulta también.
Así que sin pena, manden su dibujo y para nosotros postearlo en nuestra página y...
Yeah.
Sí, okay.
And it's a statement too, you know what I mean? Un dibujo que un statement said Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? So definitely, man. All right, so I think it's time for Raka Story. Time for Raka Story. Raka Story. Un par de historias con el Jack, así que Epic.
Mira, yo parqueo con chata, puro lapecillo que le gusta la plata. Escucha lo que digo porque nada es laca. Lo yeyo ya pasó, ahora viene lo rack.
Yes, bienvenido back. Raka Story, man. You know what I mean? Para la gente que no sabe, este es el segmento donde nosotros le decimos una historia, una anécdota de lo que hemos, ¿tú me entiendes? Hemos viajado al mundo, gracias a Dios. Tenemos mucha historia con diferentes colegas y cosas así. Y el Jacka es uno de esos. You know what I mean? So, Rico, I don't know if you remember or not, but we were performing at the Catalyst here in Santa Cruz. And you thought people was going crazy, but you didn't know the Jackass was behind you. Tell the people about that story, bro.
Se me había olvidado esa, pero bueno. So we performing and, you know, everybody, you know, they getting to know who Los Rakas is.
Yeah, because we like the only we like the only Spanish speaking performers at this show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Hustler, it's the Jerk, it's the Jacka, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and everybody loved us. You know,
Yeah,
all the OGs showed us love too. So, I'm like, yo, they really like us. Like all of a sudden, like while we performing, the crowd gets so loud, and I'm like, oh, we made it, dude, we made it. They love us. I was like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden, Jacka comes out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you didn't know it was Jacka.
I didn't know that they were really getting loud because of the Jacka. I thought it was because of us, you know?
But that was hella funny, bro.
Yeah, I was like, man, I remember the feeling so good. And then I seen the Jack. I was like, oh, damn, it was for the Jack. And I'm like, I'm so silly.
Man, that was crazy, bro. That story is hella funny, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, so also, man, when we did that song with the Jack, Gangsta and Crypto, definitely shout out Crypto.
Yeah, respect para el hermano Crypto, que es nuestro primo también, que es de Panamá también, Panamá viejo. Así que sí, esa canción Gangsta, no sé si la han escuchado. Pueden chequear el video después aquí en YouTube.
Yup. Vamos a enseñar el video a la gente después aquí. So, like, can you tell me about how you feel collaborating with the Jacka, like in the studio? Like,
yeah, in the studio, I remember.
Because, you know, I came to the United States when I was 14. You was already listening to the Jacka, like, way before I came.
Yeah, I mean, it was dope, bro. It was like, man, we really about to do this. You remember?
Yeah, for real.
Man, we had so much weed in the room. We had like a pound. And we just vibing out, having a good time. We was already traveling. We going on tour. We about to work with the Jacka. And they had, I think Crypto had asked us who we wanted to work with, any artists that we wanted to work with. We were like, the Jacka. And so we went and got the Jacka on there. And then we had left, came back to the studio, and I think Jack already had laced the verse.
Yeah.
And then he was rapping in Spanish. The Jack was rapping in Spanish all through the verse.
Yeah.
Just busting, and we was feeling it. But the only thing was that a lot of the words wasn't making sense.
Yeah.
And so the Jack, when Crypto asked us what we thought, we were like, oh man, maybe he could say the words, maybe not so much Spanish, so the people don't think that we not black. You know, what was it that I said?
That like, because you're talking about us and the people really understanding the Spanish.
Yeah.
So you didn't want the song to, you know what I mean, wanted to make sure that people understood what he was saying. If he was going to say it in Spanish.
Yeah, I forgot, man. It was such a long time ago, but I remember that he came to the studio the next day, and he comes up to us. He said, hey, so I fucked up the song?
Yeah, he walked in the room. He said, what's up to everybody? He's like, so I fucked up the song, huh?
So I fucked up the song, huh?
And then he was like a silence. He was
we were all silent, bruh. We were silent. We were like, oh, shit. Like, because we never said he fucked it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But then Rico like, nah, it's not that you fucked it up. It's like, woo, you explain to him what was the reason you thought woo. And he's like, fuck it, man, let's do it again. Put the beat on.
Yeah. And he was like, he smiled at us, right? He smiled right after, and he was like, put the beat on.
Yeah.
And that right then and there, bro, I'm like, man, this is the realest nigga I've ever met, because artists are so sensitive, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and he took it like nothing. He just smiled at us, and he went in and he's like, let's do it.
Being a legend, too.
And he's a legend. I'm rapping because of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he started rapping, and then there was like this little part right there, and it kind of rhymed with queso pa.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Jack, you should say queso pa right there, so you can tap into the Panamanian people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when he goes,
just with one line, like
with one line, And then he goes, for sure. That's another thing that I'm like, bruh, and he, you know what I'm saying? He was willing to just take that and
Yeah.
boom and put it in the song.
Yep, yep.
And then he goes, on some new shit, nigga, so get so pa. Niggas wanna talk numbers like men don't lie. Oh my
he
God.
killed that verse.
Like,
He
the
killed
jacket
that
killed.
verse.
He gave
killed
us
that
the
verse.
hardest verse ever. So it was like, bruh, man, rest in peace to the Jacket. That's one of our brothers. You know what I'm saying? One of our mentors. We look up to him. You know what I'm saying? One of the goats.
Man. Definitely. Always share his platform. I remember one time we were, like one of, I don't know if it's that Rincon or something, because you know the Latin community really messed with Jacket. You know what I mean? He had a lot of Latino fans and stuff. So he was one of the Latin clubs, right? And then he was performing. You feel me? And then he looked to the right. He seen me. You see me? And then he was like, "Hey, dude, it's good. I don't know if you was there. You was there?" And he called me to the stage and he gave me the mic. And I was like, "Yo, man, you make some noise for the Jacket." Everybody went crazy. You feel me? And it was one of them clubs that we were trying to like create our fan base. And after that, it's like stamp of approval. Like, oh, damn, the Jacket love fuck with the Rakas.
Yeah.
We gotta fuck with the Rakas.
Come
You feel
on.
me?
And even you know, then we reconnected when we kept getting older. We reconnected with the Jacket through the Demolition Men.
That's really how we really connected with him.
Oh, that was like when it was official.
Yeah, like that was back in the days. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's really how
that
we
was when
connect-
they dropped
Demolition Man House.
the Animal Planet mixtape. And we were over there vibing out with the Jacka, Jay Stalin, Cass Kaiser. Man, it was a lot of legends. Filthy Rich, I think was. Man, there was a lot of legends in there. And I remember just man,
No, it's a lot of artists like the Demolition Man House was really the house that we really connected with a lot of the Bay Area artists and stuff. You know what I mean? And Cass Kaiser and through Cass Kaiser, that was how we really connected with a lot of the Bay Area producers and artists and all that. You know what I mean? So you know the Bay Area. You know, it's like Los Rakas is definitely like half like when it comes to our culture, our influence, man, you know, like Bay Area and Panama. That's, ¿me entiendes? Son dos culturas que nosotros, that we really grew up in. You know what I mean?
Sí.
Y así eso se refleja en nuestra música.
Sí, Jacka, loco. Is.
So, man, it was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Jacka. You know what I mean? Rest in peace. And we're going to play you one of the video for that song that we're talking about. He's making his cameo. Okay, I like that. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see him? Can the people see him or not?
This is a dog-friendly show, by the way. We have a dog over here. He won't be seen. I'm telling you.
Definitely.
Got him? Is he on there? Please put the camera on him.
Yo,
he's
so
actually like 10 years old, too. I've been knowing him for a long time.
So, tenemos el video aquí para la canción that we're talking about with Jacka. Se llama Gangsta. I mean, I hope you guys enjoy it. Feature Los Rakas, Jacka, and Crypto. I mean, big the cameo from Hustler right there. That boy
He
crazy.
vivido como gangsta.
Turf, turfing, turf, 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 turfing, turf, 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 turfing, turf, 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 turfing.
He vivido como un gangsta all of my life. A plata vuelo, no lo niego. Siente el aroma de dinero. Millonario, me tienen celos. Pero porque el cielo
He
canta
vivido como un
bueno.
gangsta, no porque quiera, sino por falta de plata. Si no soy yo, entonces ¿quién ayuda a mi mamá? O a mi hermana, o a mi brother, o a mi pana. Siempre hago lo que tengo que hacer. En la tarima o en la calle me destaco y siempre paro Murphy. Y estos vagos siempre odiándome a mí.
He vivido como un gangsta, gangsta all of my life. Buscando la plata, plata. Every night, so why they hate it? They hate it, they hate it, they hate it. Why they hate it? They hate it, they hate
te voy a tratar igual. Todos los días persiguiendo en el de dala. Why they wanna stop my bread? Yo vivo como gangsta. Cause that's the way we live, cause that's the way we are. We run around the world deeper than the stars. Celoso se pone cuando me ven en mi car. La llanta más grande and them heart filled with sorrow. Why them wanna hate? And they won't even look you in your face. We running and hustle like it's a race. And if you wanna turn, then you gon' have to wait. We coming with it early, I'm never late. Spend my whole life looking for it every single day. Yeah, I had the wheel, so I had to make a way. Push until I get it all, we had to make a way. They hate, why they wanna act like this?
All of my life, buscando la plata. Every night, why they hate? Why they hate?
The check.
They hate.
These niggas mad, nigga. Yeah.
They hate.
Why they hating? It ain't that serious, they stay hot. So now I'm furious like Trey Pops. Long line in my show like the store with new J's drop. We pack K's with the wood grain stock. I don't care what they say, got the hood on lock. Big dick sticking out with your girl on top. International J, make the whole world mine. I'm the future boy like it's World War V. On some new shit, niggas so care so buy. Niggas won't talk numbers like men, no lie. Clip drip like aqua when the coke get dry. Beg for your life, nigga, but you still gon' die.
All of my life, buscando la plata. Every night, why they hate? Why they hate? They hate. Why they hate?
The Raka TV. Man, that was Gangsta. El video Gangsta, man, for sure. Crypto, the Jacka, man, the Hustler was just fresh out of jail and shit. Like,
Yeah, I did that. We did the video in LA.
yeah, it was a great experience, man.
Man, we had so
Shout
much
out Big
fun.
Bro, you know what I mean? Shout out Big Bro.
Hey, listen, when we were shooting the video, right? It was so funny because we were doing the scene where we killed the other people. And Hustler, every time the director, because we did that part like 15 times. Every time the director would say, what did he say?
Like shoot action.
Like action. Hustler had this thing. He was really in character. He put I don't know if it was alcohol or water, and then every time it was like action, he'll throw the my bad. He'll spit the water out like a wrestler. And then pull out the gun like he's shooting at the other monster. But he did that shit about 15 times. So it was like, bro. And that's when we first met him. We were cracking up, bro. We were like, this nigga is crazy. But nah, that shit was dope, bro. And then the Jacko was the bartender. You feel me? Man, Jacko was dope, bro.
He was just dope.
He was just dope, bro. Great artist, bro. Respect. You know, one of the GOATs. Straight up.
I was slapping crypto music yesterday, man. You know what I mean? I came across like a Hustler interview and stuff. That's what I put up earlier on our Instagram and stuff. But I was listening to Let's Get Close to the Moon.
Yeah, that slap. Yeah, Crypto got some hits too. But you know, he's into the heating and cooling business right now. He opened up his own business.
Man de negocio.
Man de negocio. Vamos a tener que hacerle una entrevista a ese man también.
En vida real.
Because he started up his own business. You know, he still does the music part-time, but he's really into the, you know, the whole entrepreneurship right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's dope.
Talking about entrepreneurship and supporting people. Hey, we got the new merch, right? You got the new merch. You know what I mean? We got the new merch.
Oh, we got some new merch?
We got some new merch, bro. I think
okay.
that people going to like this. I think that people going to like this. Can the people see it right now on the screen? You know what I mean? Which one you putting right now? The black one or the green one? Ooh, that one stick out. The green one.
The Irish green?
Bro, the stick out, man. So what's good about this, you know, like 50% of the proceeds, you know what I mean, goes to the youth center that we studying.
Oh, así que eso se lo vamos a, los 50% de...
Se lo vamos a donar allá al centro juvenil donde nosotros empezamos.
Ahí a Youth Uprising, ahí en Deep East Oakland.
Deep East Oakland, you know what I mean? So make sure you guys support it. I mean, go to our website, losracas.com. We got all the... So, matter of fact, not just that shirt. All every merch that we have on our website right now for this month, 50% is going to go to them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
that's dope, man.
It's not only we're not only making you fly, you know what I mean, but you also supporting the cause. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean, man. It's a no-brainer. It's a win-win situation.
I got you, brother. Respect.
You know what I mean? My brother Epic. Which segment we got up next, man? We got Raka music, huh? Okay, we got Raka music.
What we playing? What kind of Raka music?
Raka music, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's a long catalog, man.
Este segmento Raka Music, you know what I mean, le estamos brindando nuestra plataforma a artistas que vienen subiendo. You know what I mean? No necesariamente artistas que vienen subiendo, también vamos a poner artistas de la old school y vaina así.
Vamos a mezclarlo con todo tipo de sonido.
Con todo tipo de sonido. Pero en este caso tenemos al bro Fausto Moreno, you know what I mean?
Okay.
De allá de Panamá.
Panameño.
You know what I mean? Colón en la
C3
en la casa. So, tenemos el video de él.
Shout out to Fausto Moreno, man. That's one of our brothers from Panama. We got a song with him called Oye, Oye.
Oye, 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 Oye.
Bro, una bomba, estilo reggae. If you're into the reggae vibes, you know what I'm saying? That's a hit, you know what I mean? And what's the name of the song that we promoting right now?
El video está elegantón.
El
video este que vamos a poner ahora mismito.
Okay,
Así que del Fausto Moreno, espero que lo disfruten. Epi, suéltaselo a la gente ahí.
Mira, yo parqueo con chata, puro lapecillo que le gusta la plata. Escucha lo que digo porque nada es laca. Lo yeyo ya pasó, ahora viene lo rack.
Otros blancos. A mí no me digan que no se puede. No importa lo que diga, igual dirán lo que ellos quieren. A mí no me digan que no se puede. Hello, ¿cómo estás? ¿Por qué esa mirada tan bajita que hizo que de un hermoso día se convirtiera en un día fatal? Dime cómo fue, qué más, qué tal. Manejaba por la mañana, coneja, pásame el like. Salimos a hacer el dinero, primero es lo primero. Lo que sueña corren a la meta y si te cansa tú vuelve, empieza. Fui un junior sin decisiones, aplazando todas mis canciones. Muchos me vieron, hicieron como si nunca me vieron. Suegra era mami y ella me dijo algo sincero. Nunca diga no puedo, que el sueño era primero. Ama la vida, ama lo tuyo y vive sin miedo. No se puede. La papaya pare papaya, el mango pare mango. A mí no me digan que no se puede. Diferentes colores, unos son negros, otros blancos. A mí no me digan que no se puede. No importa lo que diga, igual dirán lo que ellos quieren. A mí no me digan que no se puede. Si alguna indecisión se te interpuso, recuerda siempre hacer lo justo. No cierre tu corazón, que siempre hay oportunidades. El tiempo siempre sabe. Canto como salsero, no se use lo ajeno. Yo en la calle sin freno, huracando sin miedo. Consejero de muchos, no se olviden del viejo. Nunca fui un envidioso, siempre declaro solo lo bueno. Soy de poco amigo, tengo un solo círculo cero. Así es que la calle dice quiénes son malos, bueno, hermano, no es cualquiera. Los míos van para la guerra. La sangre no siempre roba, a veces te ayuda quien ni te espera. A mí no me digan papaya, pare papaya, el mango, pare mango. A mí no me digan que no se puede. Diferentes colores, unos son negros, otros blancos. A mí no me digan que no se puede. No importa lo que diga, igual dirán lo que ellos quieren. A mí no me digan que no se puede. This is the F-A-U-S-T-O. Whoa, 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 whoa. El triste. Yeah. Yeah, crazy, Panapol en la nave. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Hashtag la tierra es nuestra. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Dream Team Music.
Mira, yo parqueo con chata, puro lapecillo que le gusta la plata. Escucha lo que digo porque nada es laca. Lo yeyo ya pasó, ahora viene lo rack.
And stuff like that. So we got our sister, man. You know what I mean? Our sister from another mother, Mush. Raka Mush in the building. How you doing, sister?
What's up? Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be here, for real.
Man, thank you,
bless.
man. You know, thank you for coming. I just wanna, what you doing? Like, you know, okay, hold on.
Yeah, give them a little history of how we know Mush.
Exactly.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? So, how we know Mush is from Youth Speaks, right?
That's
you know what I mean?
right.
The youth
That's right.
organization Youth Speaks, and we used to do shows, not even shows, but what would you call that? Like showcase, go to high schools and do poetry.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Go to high schools and do
presentations,
poetry, do presentations,
Yep.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, like it'll be like during a rally or something, you know, we come through and
Assemblies and
assemblies,
stuff.
yeah.
Yep.
And then people would just, you know, be ready for us, and we come through and bust our bars. You know, everybody had their own little style, and then at the end of the after that, then we get paid like $42.
It was like $20 and some French fries.
Hey, bro, that came in handy for us. For me and Rico,
we were like, we thought we were doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we get paid to perform. But so like, what motivated you to like work in a youth organization like Youth Speaks? Did you start as a poet there first, and then you moved on to being a mentor?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I want to shout out everybody that's tuning in and supporting y'all's work. I think like
thank you.
Anybody on the other side of the screen that's like a poet, that's a musician, or even if you call yourself an activist or you do activist work and your social justice is like that's like your world, but you don't call yourself an activist. If you're tuning in and you're following these brothers, like, shout out to you and keep supporting their work, because you probably are with them because not just because of their music, not just because they're flying, they're good looking, all that good stuff, but because of you could see their soul and their spirit. They ride. How they live is how they ride. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that supports you, first of all.
Respect, Mush.
Look, my story is here. I'm a Bay Area girl, born in Frisco. My grandparents lived in the TL for their whole life. So but my whole family's from, you know, like your family is. My family's from another country. Like I'm an immigrant here.
Yeah.
And I grew up speaking not English. I grew up speaking another language, eating different cultures, watching TV with like lots of white people. And if they weren't white, they were black. You feel me? So I never felt anywhere. And when I finally started writing poetry, it was like I just needed to write to see myself. That was really it. I wasn't trying to impress no young people. I wasn't trying to get no dates. I wasn't trying to get no numbers. I was not doing none of the hot girl shit. It was just, I needed it for me. And when I started, you know, it's like any young person or any person who creates art out there, it's like when you start for the first time, you don't care if it's bad. You just want somebody to hear it. You want somebody else to be like, damn, I hear you. You know, that was fresh. Even if you feel uncomfortable. That's all it was. It started with me needing a space to just see myself as a young Asian woman, as a young, like, golden girl. And I didn't have that. I didn't have girls that looked like me, that wore hoops, that talked the way that I did, that understood what it is to see, you know, folks on the streets, needles on the streets. But I also can go home. I can bow to my family. I can speak in my native tongue, but I can also hit the street and just kick it too. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
And so I feel like I just needed a space where I could be all of that. And that's where, you know, the poetry came through. And, you know, from there, I just started meeting good people like y'all. I mean, you guys were young. They were like, everybody who's watching, they were like all of 8 years old, rolling with me to the schools. Like, revolution, brah.
Revolution, brah.
Not yet. Like Mush was like one of the those important people in our life, man. You know what I mean? Like Mush,
for real,
really, you know, like really hold us down. Like we just even advice. You know what I mean? Mush was one of those persons that I felt like I could talk to. You know what I mean? Like I can be vulnerable to. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And like Mush gave me my first book. The first book I ever read.
You tell this story so much.
Yeah, man, because I got to tell the story because it's like we need people like that. We need people like people like you is what save people like me and him and stuff like from the circumstances that we come from. You know what I mean? Because it's like that book really changed my whole way of looking at life.
Tell the people what it was though, so other folks who's like watching trying to figure out.
Yeah, the book was the 4 Agreements.
Yes, 4 Agreements.
It was the 4 Agreements, and that was my. And then I gave it to Rico, and you read it.
Did you read it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Rico read it. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
It was like
I remember when dude gave it to me too. He said, "I know you don't want to read this, but bro, listen. I know it looks boring, but bro, you already kind of live like this. Just read it.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?" And I was like, "All right." And I took my time, and then he was like, "It's easy to read." So I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah. And then I read it all the way through, and I was like, wow, has a lot of gems, man. The 4 Agreements, go get it. I recommend it. It's good for your soul. You know what I'm saying? Especially in times like this.
That's right.
For real.
Appreciate that.
So what you working on right now? You know what I mean?
Look, man, I do it all. You know, if you're an artist in the Bay Area, you're a person of color, you got to hustle. You're always doing something. Like, I run my own business. I'm a poet. I'm a mother. I'm a single mom, but I run a full-time enterprise. I'm an entrepreneur. It took me a really long time to learn how to say that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an entrepreneur. And then to own that shit, you know what I mean? Not be like, oh, what do you do? I'm an entrepreneur. Like, fuck that. Like, walk into a room and be like, I'm a boss. I'm a CEO. Definitely. I run my own business. And I've been running my own business, and I do it on my own, and I'm so proud of it. And I do it in the way that I live. Like, the way that I interact, I get to work with people that's based in love. And, like in this world, as, being who I am, like, there are a lot of people who want to tell me how I should dress, how I should speak. If I'm going to speak at a corporate event, or if I'm going into a boardroom, or people are paying me thousands of dollars to say something or do something, it's like we've been conditioned to, like, walk into a space and want to act white or want to act like,
I ain't gonna lie. Like, for example, when I go through the drive-through, right? when I pull up to the drive-through, instead of being like, yo, can I get a number 3? You know what I'm saying?
How do you say it?
Hello. Can I get a number 3, please? Yes. With a extra ketchup, please.
Yeah, it's automatic.
And then I don't let Doom talk because then he gonna mess it up.
No.
I'll be like, nah, I got this. What number do you want?
It's like that's right. Yeah. It's like automatic. It's even going through it's almost unspoken. Anyways, I say all that to say I do a lot, but I think the thing that I'm most proud of is that I haven't let go of who I am in order to become and achieve success. And to me, that's the biggest victory. I ain't tripping about a car. I'm not tripping about like number of likes or followers. I get to be who I am no matter what room I step into. And the thing that I love about y'all is that even as I watch from afar, I don't get to see y'all as much as I would want to. But I still follow and adore and admire y'all. And you guys still have that same, it's a vulnerability, it's an honesty, it's a humbleness. Like if you're at the Latin Grammys, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or if you're on some red carpet somewhere, or if you're doing some interview in another country, I tune in every once. I don't understand Spanish, sorry. I'm whack. How you gonna be in California not so? But I see the way that they move and they talk, and I know that y'all are still like, you guys are still the same brothers that I met like 15 years ago. Definitely. And I think y'all you've already accomplished everything that I think you need. I'm sure y'all have more milestones, but like I'm very proud of that, and I'm proud to say that that's something that I also try to do, in my business, in my life. And so I'm still doing my art, and I'm still doing business, and all that good stuff.
Appreciate that. Because sometimes you get lost and you forget that you are doing things, and sometimes you want other people to tell you that, and it's good to hear from Mush, you know what I mean? Because just a few years ago, this grind is hard. You know what I'm saying? With the music business is one of the hardest businesses in the world. So, we always want more, and sometimes you don't get that, and sometimes you gotta restart. Sometimes you gotta, and that's just how the game is. But you know what I mean? Today we're in a place where it's like we look at the past and everything that we have accomplished, and we feel so blessed that we have done these things, man. And sometimes we forget to look at the blessings. You know what I'm saying? So, man. Thank you so much.
I love that. Thank y'all. I'm so proud of you, and I'm really, really honored to be sitting with y'all. And I'm always gonna be back here being like, I knew them when they were skinny.
When they were skinny,
they still skinny. But they just got better shoes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's all good.
Hey, but Mush looks the same too. Like Mush just
don't tell nobody how old I am. Just don't even talk about it.
Mush looks the same, bro. She don't age, bro.
Yeah. So like, what advice would you give a young, I would say a young woman, but, a young woman, but anybody, what I mean, that's trying to do what you do, what I mean, come from where you come from and get to where you are in life, what I mean, as far as business and your art and all that.
You know what? I'm going to say something that people probably don't want to hear, which is that if you don't put yourself in uncomfortable situations, like if you don't put yourself in places where you fail and you feel like, damn, my whole dream is ruined now. I can't do it, and I can't do the music thing no more. If you don't put your place in those moments, you're not going to be able to make it big. I promise you. You have to take big risks, and that sounds so crazy. Because nobody wants to be uncomfortable. Everybody wants to feel safe. Everybody wants to be like, oh no, if I go for this job, I know I'm going to get it. Or if I go for that dude, if I holler at him, I'm definitely going to, you got to believe before you do it. That's really what it is. And like part of that comes from having your heart broken a little bit. So anybody who's out there that's like trying to do something that you ain't never seen nobody in your circle do, but that's for you, try it. And I promise you it's probably not going to work the first time. You know what I mean? It's probably not even going to work the second time. You're going to be like, fuck, like, damn, I suck. Definitely. But the thing is, you don't stop. Don't stop at the third time. That's the biggest advice. Keep getting your heart broken, but keep being committed to doing it again and do it better. That's it.
Stay hungry.
That's it.
It's been times where we have invested $15,000 in something.
Yeah. It just went away.
It didn't go how we planned. It didn't work.
Yep.
It didn't go.
And how hard you had to work for that $15,000, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. How hard?
How many merch you had to sell?
A lot of merch. A few shows to get to that. You know what I mean? And then God sees that, right?
Yes.
And then bless us.
Yes.
Like a few days later, with something bigger than that, like.
Yeah, I feel like it's like going to Vegas and gambling, and every time that we have invested in ourselves, Whether we didn't went to New York, to Miami, to Panama, to Colombia, wherever we didn't went, God always repay us.
Always.
Always. He always be like this. Just by you doing that, I'm going to bless you with this.
Gotta humble yourself too, to be like, what do I not know that I need to learn in order to get better when I get to the next spot? You know what I mean? That's like humility. And then also, like, on a practical tip, I'm really trying to be out here trying to give like career advice. Anybody out there, like, yo, invest in yourself real quick. If you got like $200, if you got $500, like, stack. If you don't have that, then stack it.
Yeah.
And find yourself a mentor, or find yourself a class, find yourself a business coach, or a financial advisor, and somebody that looks like you, so that when you learn, like when they give you game, you can actually receive it. You know what I mean? It's got to be somebody that you're going to listen to and up your skill level, because you can't get better, you can't get richer, you can't get more beautiful inside and out by just knowing what you know. You have to so invest in yourself. So whether that's taking an extra class, whether that's traveling the world so that you have a bigger perspective on life, or leaving your neighborhood and living for a summer with somebody else, whatever it is, try to expand your world, because then your story gets doper. And when you have doper stories, you have more to say when you go into a room, and people want to listen. So that's invest in yourself. Yeah. You know,
hell yeah.
Don't be afraid to fail. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna cry. You're gonna look stupid in front of people, because I have, straight up. And
we all have. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you're gonna fail. Hey, and that's how you learn.
You gotta learn from the
You know, basically, what Mush is saying is, go kick it with the OGs. Go kick it with your grandparents. Kick it with your uncles. You know, the people that love you and want to see you do well. Kick it with we got a lot of OG partners. You know,
the knowledge from them.
Yeah, we be kicking it with like 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Those are our friends, and we've learned a lot from those people. So
yeah, that's really how used to be back in the days. You know what I mean? Word of mouth. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like people, you know what I mean, before books and all that. You know? Right. You gotta get the knowledge from the people
before you. That's right.
And that's really why we do this stuff too. You know what I mean? To get the knowledge. You know what I mean? You might know certain stuff that we don't know. You know what I mean? So that's why we bring you over here, so you tell it to our people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're seeking different knowledge and information from everywhere.
Yes, sir. Así mismo es.
Definitely. So, man, this was a segmento Real Talk. Mush, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you both so much for having me.
I mean, thank you.
Thank you, Mush.
Real for real. So, yeah, ese fue el segmento Real Talk with our sister Mush, Epic.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I want y'all to know, too, Mush don't play.
Hey, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah, she don't play.
Don't let the pretty face fool you.
Yeah.
She mean business. Alright, man, this is Raka TV. Vamos para el próximo segmento.
Yeah.
Mira, yo parqueo con chata, puro lapecillo que le gusta la plata. Escucha lo que digo porque nada es laca. Lo yeyo ya pasó, ahora viene lo rap. Mira, yo parqueo con chata, puro lapecillo que le gusta la plata. Escucha lo que digo porque nada es laca. Lo yeyo ya pasó, ahora viene lo rap. Mira, yo parqueo con chata, puro lapecillo que le gusta la plata. Escucha lo que digo porque nada es laca. Lo yeyo ya pasó, ahora viene lo rap. Mira, yo parqueo con chata, puro lapecillo que le gusta la plata. Escucha lo que digo porque nada es laca. Lo yeyo ya pasó, ahora viene lo rap.
You know what I mean? They on sale right now. Yeah. Oh, we live, my bad. Yo, bienvenido back, man. Raka TV. Back up, I'm sorry. Raka TV.
Hey, don't be talking to me like that, though. What you mean back up? Hold on, cuz.
Hey, man, once again, happy birthday, Jack. It was yesterday, you know what I mean? RIP, our brother, you know what I mean?
Hey, listen, another story about the Jacker.
Another one.
Listen, I don't know if y'all know, but los Rakas are the first Latinos to perform at Coachella. Voy a decirlo en español para que me escuchen, ¿no? Los Rakas fueron los primeros latinos de cantar en Coachella. Y nosotros abrimos todo el festival. Okay, we opened up the festival. But I remember one thing. We was at the studio. We was in Alameda over there with Mike Denton. I don't know if we were mixing the song, mixing the album. I don't know what we were doing, but the Jacker was there. And he heard the news that we were performing at Coachella, and he was like, "Ah!" He was so happy for us, man.
He was juiced.
He was like, "Man,
let's take a picture.
Let's take a picture, man. I'm so happy. I'm proud of you guys, man." Like, he was just talking to us, and he rolled up some good weed, like always, and he blazed us out, and he was just so happy. And I remember that. That picture that he posted of us in his Instagram, just congratulating us on such a accomplishment, man. It was dope,
Real
bro.
one.
Yes, sir.
Always giving on his platform, man. Real one, man. Shout out all the bro. You know what I mean? And you get to a certain point in life, man. You gotta bring other people up with you, bro. You know what I mean? You got to. You know what I mean? That's mandatory, man.
Man, at the end of the day, it's plenty for everybody. That's the thing. Hay suficiente para todos, pero hay mucha gente se le olvida eso. Acuérdense, para todos.
Hey, esta canción que le vamos a cantar es una Raka Classic. Ha estado en video games, Rico. You know, I mean, ha estado en películas. Ha estado
en los aviones.
Ha estado en
los playlists que tienen en los aviones.
Esa canción está hasta en la sopa, hermano. You know what I mean? Se llama Calle for Pana Boy 2 Part 2. Make sure you guys check it out. Hicimos el video allá en Nueva York. Suéltasela, mi gente. Súbela.
Shout out to our brother Craig, Nate Sparrows.
Mano arriba. Hands up. We go like this.
Katy, a Susi, le gusta Raka Music. A Katy, a Susi, le gusta Raka Música.
Let's go.
Soy un soldado con mi conchazao. Y cuando a mí me vean siempre estoy montado. Soy así, a mí me vale lo que digan de mí. Ustedes con su envidia no me afectan a mí.
Que tú quieres que te diga, un poco es mentira, nah. Llegó el que siempre domina, el papi de tu novia, hermana, vos prima, el Doom. Mi nombre jamás se lo olvida. Es mejor que se ponga la pila o mañana vende su loco en la esquina. Sea como sea, no están en mi liga. Ustedes se quedaron y yo fui hacia arriba. Que sopa con ustedes pelado. Ustedes ni me ganan en un juego de dado. Con el ratata yo lo dejo regado. En el piso acostadito con el suéter mojado. Dum conocido como Blackman. Otro raperito me lo como Pac-Man. Batman, real Raka. En la calle parqueadito con todos los chatas. Hey.
Soy un soldado con mi conchazao.
Hey.
Y cuando a mí me vean siempre estoy montado. Soy así, a mí me vale
lo que digan de mí.
Ustedes con su envidia
no me afectan a mí. El maleante.
Ustedes están bravos porque estamos brillando. Si de hace tiempo yo lo ando pillando. A mí no me interesa si se andan pijando.
Es lo que hacemos nosotros, así que sigan mirando.
No sé por qué los tengo
yo preocupado.
Si yo ni siquiera en serio
me he calentado.
Y que gangsta vienen a la guerra con falda. Mientras yo tengo lo que me respalda. Una Glock que te quita hasta la sarna. No es broma,
coge calma.
Mandando sus papeles y se comportan
peor que
como un salvaje. Vine a demostrarle que en verdad yo sí soy calle.
Let's go.
Soy un soldado con mi conchazao.
Hey.
Y cuando a mí me vean siempre estoy montado.
Soy así,
a mí me vale
lo que digan de mí.
Ustedes con su envidia
no me afectan a mí. Mano arriba todo el mundo, mano arriba.
A Katy, a Susi, le gusta Raka Music. A Katy, a Susi, le gusta Raka Music. A Katy, a Susi, le gusta Raka Music.
DJ Epic.
Katy, a Susi, le gusta
música. Muchas gracias, mi gente. Everybody that was in sintonía. Muchas gracias. Hey, todos los jueves a las 7, hora californiana. El negrito Dum Raka Rich. Ya tú sabes cuál es la que es. DJ Epic.
No se lo pierdan.
Respect.
Yo sí soy Raka. Dale, me enredé. Vamos a darle de nuevo.